Why homeownership changes your life. In the news, all I hear about is home affordability. People talk about home affordability and why you can't buy a house right now. Yet every single day, our company finances homes for first-time home buyers, for people with not enough money for down payment, for people who might not have ideal credit scores. Yet the news, the media beats this drum so hard that the average person never actually gets in the game to learn about how to buy a home. So when we talk through housing affordability and we talk through the future, it's near and dear to my heart. Because when I bought my first house at 19 years old, I had no business buying a home. I was in college. I did not make very much money. But that home provided me a roof over my head and really brightened my horizons to what was possible. I shot a video a little bit ago that talked about Warren Buffett and how he equated his home as the third best investment of his life and his wedding rings as the first and second. Because the things that matter in life is not necessarily just financial, right? It's not about what money is, it's what money can do for you. And the same thing is true for buying a home. Because there's a lot of information out there that's going to talk to you about how to get in your home, different mortgage products, grants, how to make it affordability, house hacking, how to find wholesale deals, all these things. That's not what this video is about today. This video is about why it makes sense and why it's such a good investment for your life. Because in the modern world, we have this comparative piece that is going on. And what I call it is this: we're all staring at the ideal. If we're doing better than somebody, we don't ever inventory how far we have come. We just say, hey, I'm better than those people, and those people are better than me. And I call that measuring the ideal. The ideal is this perfect life that there is no way for you to actually reach, but we spend the majority of our time thinking about it. We look at people's Instagram and then compare it to our life. We look at other people's money and then compare it to our own. We look at their car and we do it to our own. Because here's the truth about focusing on things outside of yourself, what nobody talks about. It's a waste of time. Because let's talk about what going to the ideal is, right? Going to the ideal is, here's what's wrong with me. Here's what I'm not doing. And then I'm unempowered to actually take action and I feel bad about my life, right? So when people who we look up to, mentors, leaders, thought leaders, leaders in religion, tell us all these things about peace, about true connection, we blow all that out because we have the mindset completely wrong. Because to live a happy life, you have to stay in the game of your life. You're the main character. What most social media videos stop when they say that is that they say, hey, participate in life. Here's what I mean. If you want to research something and you want to get good at it, you have to do it every single day. My little boy is in jiu-jitsu, and we have a paradigm about doing a double leg takedown. How do you get better at it? That's always the question. And there's always one solution. Time on task. Remember this when you're watching this video today. Repetition is the mother of all skill. What we most forget about life is the person who's a master at something has failed more times than you have tried. So then we apply this meaning to you buying a home, and this home piece becomes an easy subject line to talk about when it comes to affordability. Not enough money. Here's why I can't do it, John, right? That's the messaging I hear from people. Versus this, you have not looked at your finances to a point to put yourself in a position to buy, right? Most people waste so much money on things that don't matter. Going out to eat, buying new clothes, vacations they can't afford, financing cars, right? Because you are not thinking about your life holistically. If I knew what I knew now at 41 and I could tell my 21-year-old self, right? I have 4 kids now who I love dearly. Again, I spend a lot of time thinking about God and the future. I think a lot of time about my employees and who I care about my family. And what I'd say is this: so many people are attached to things that will provide you no value. We've lost the true north. So in turn, we have this paradigm where people decipher news in 30-second sound bites. We barely research things only at a 30,000-foot level. We take facts to validate our opinion. We have a broken way of underwriting opportunities and information. Because what home ownership really means, it never before until the last 3 years has been viewed as this investment. And when people use the word investment, the general public always attaches it to dollars and cents. For my parents and for my 3 siblings, there was 4 of us, our home meant we had a roof over our head, we had a place we knew we could call home, and it was a community for my family, for all of us to grow up and grow closer together. However, the media makes it sound like it needs to be a 1-year investment that you're going to make all this money on, and that it's so unattainable for you that you're never going to do it. So what I came up with today was a list of the reasons why that buying a home will change your life for the better. And here's the number 1 reason. Buying a home requires you to focus and make a choice. Because so many things in life are not completed because we are lost in indecision. We have not made a decision for our life about who we are, what we believe in, and what we want our future to look like. What separates animals and human beings is human beings can make the future into the present. We can turn thoughts into things. But what the general public and the news makes you think is watch these eyeballs, watch these videos, take your attention off the prize of actually taking those things you really want near and dear to your heart and making them reality, because they're sucking your attention away to sell you on advertising, sell you on some other product to buy, sell you on the next best thing. Because what you have to realize by watching this video is that you have to start dispelling the myths of why you can't do what you want to do. You have to dispel the myths of all the things that are in your way, again, that shortcut you from what you really want. Because how you build confidence in life is keeping your word to you. And how do you keep your word to you? You do the things you're going to say you're going to do. If you want to get in better shape, you probably got to eat less and work out more, right? You got to put the fork down. But there's an entire industry that sells you on this idea of hacks, shortcuts, versus the simplest thing, which is eat less and burn more calories. Calories in, calories out, right? The same thing is true for finding housing for yourself. If you want it, you will find a way. It's that simple. So when we talk through this piece about choice and putting down your roots, the next piece why homeowners have more money than people who are non-homeowners is the forced savings. When you look back over a 10-year period, there's very few things that force your hands, that force your hand to participate and save money and pay down a loan. What happens and what makes mortgages interesting is this. Because the bank has the collateral of the house, the rates are always less than, say, a credit card or a consumer debt. That's why those rates are less, because they have something they can take back, right? So when you think about it for you, you have to first make the choice to buy the home. Then you also have to make another choice. Take care of the home and actually make it the house you want to live in. Because so much of our life, we think we're going to live this ideal, frantic lifestyle where we can just pick up and move in 30 days. What's the reality? Most people don't move that much. Most of the people who live in that ideal life spend more time buying things, consuming things, and wasting their money versus making a concentrated, clear choice. The next piece outside of setting your roots, being focused, is this piece of planning for the future. Very few of us can plan for what our life holds. But one thing is for certain, you gotta have a place to live. You gotta have a roof over your head. And if you follow what's been happening in rents go up every single year and you never get that money back. And as you get older, the last thing you wanna do is to have to plan for your next move. You wanna own something. You wanna control your life. You wanna know what the next 5 years looks like for where you're gonna live. So all of these are benefits of buying a home that the media is not talking about. And then now let's talk about the money piece. There's been hundreds of studies done comparing homeowners versus non-homeowners or renters. The homeowners have 10 times, in some cases up to 40 times the wealth of the renter. Why is that? Because hard assets appreciate. But the society sells us on buying depreciating assets, cars, clothes, trips, all of these things that come and go and disappear over time. But that house appreciates with time. So as you're watching this video, you have to start coming to these conclusions, because remember this, our body follows our emotions based upon the actions we take. We are the things we do, not who we think we are. Because too often in life, we talk ourselves out of something versus getting in it, learning it, and repeating it so we can make these better decisions. Because just as Warren Buffett said at the beginning of this video, his home was his third best investment, I truly believe the same for you. I truly believe that your home will be your best investment. And it might not even be dollars and cents or compared to the stock market or optimization. It's that it makes you have a better, richer, fuller life when you set up those roots in your community and you're connected to something. So if you're a millennial, you're a Gen Z, again, you haven't bought a home yet, these are all the things I think you can consider when buying a home that no one else is talking